If you're just getting into trucking and you're trying to figure out which freight load boards to use, you need to stop wasting your time. Here's the 3 best load boards you have to be using. The most important part of information is what kind of trailer are you trying to dispatch? Are you doing a dry van? Are you doing a flatbed? Are you doing a reefer? Because this is like a major part of which load board you should be using. Even though all 3 of the load boards I mentioned are going to be good for each type of those equipment, it really does matter what equipment you're using because certain load boards are going to have a lot more and better freight for that type of equipment that you're using. So let's ask ourselves, what trailer are you using? And now let's get into what load boards you should be using. You definitely need to be using the DAT load board. It is the most popular load board. It has the most freight on there by far. So if you're using a dry van, a reefer, a flatbed, Conestoga, or a step deck, you definitely need to be using DAT load board for all those types of equipment. Number one, it's honestly just the hands-on the best load board there is. It's got very cool features like market conditions where you can see the hot market map, so you can see what areas are good, what areas you need to be going to with your equipment to get the most money for your loads. Also on DAT, like the most brokers use it, is the most popular one. That's where most of the loads are posted at by far. It definitely beats out TruckStop and any other load board with the volume of loads that they actually post up on their board. So like I said, if you're using a dry van, a flatbed, or a reefer, and with the flatbeds, it also, like if you got a step deck or Conestoga, definitely DAT is the way to go. It is, I think, the priciest one of them all, but it's the priciest for a reason. So if you're trying to cover those types of equipment, you really need to be using a DAT load board. Next, we got TruckStop load board. The TruckStop load board probably has a little bit less loads for those types of equipment I just mentioned than DAT, but it probably has, a lot of them. TruckStop load board is really good for like specialized equipment when it comes to like flatbeds. So if you're using like double drops, like low boys, or any kind of those specialized equipment, like TruckStop is a lot better for them than DAT, for example. But if you don't have that specialized equipment, I still would say have TruckStop and DAT just to be safe. But overall, like if you're not doing specialized flatbed equipment, your best option is going to be DAT if you don't want to pay for both of them. Next, we got the freight broker load boards. In my opinion, like besides DAT, they're the most important ones. Like CH Robinson, Arrive, Coyote, RXO, JB Hunt, like all these load boards that the brokers have, you definitely need to be signed on to each one and searching them. Because a lot of times they put, probably all the time, they put all their freight on their load boards first. If they can't cover it with the carriers they have or cover it off their load board, then they're going to post it onto the other load boards. So they are free. It is a pain because you got to sign up for a bunch of them and you got to keep searching through different ones. But if you want to find a good freight and start building a relationship with that broker quicker, you definitely need to be using those free broker load boards for sure, 100%. Like I said, it's pain. You have to sign up to each one, open up new tabs on your browser, and start searching their load boards. But I promise you, like it is worth it because that's how you're going to build all the relationships and get the better loads before they pop onto DT, TruckStop, etc. I know there's other load boards out there like 123 load board or whatever. I don't even know the rest of their names because they're really not important. Because the best load boards in the whole industry is DAT, TruckStop, and then the freight broker load boards. All the other ones, honestly, don't even waste your time. I mean, unless they're free, then maybe get them and check them out. But if you're really trying to be serious and you're trying to get freight, don't even waste your time paying for any other load board. It's just definitely not going to be worth it. If you could afford it, I definitely would say have TruckStop and DAT, both of them, just so you can see if like different loads pop up at different times, or maybe one doesn't get posted, another one, if you're stuck in the area trying to find a load. But other than that, just those 2 load boards and the broker's load boards. And as long as you're searching and put it into work, you're definitely going to find freight for the trucks. Personally, we don't really use TruckStop. We do have it because we do have some specialized equipment sometimes that we need to get rid of some freight for. But overall, like we mostly use DAT. And honestly, DAT has a lot of cool features. Like this is not even a paid advertisement. Like this is just the honest truth. Like they have like market condition maps, like I mentioned earlier, where you can see hot markets. But just because those markets are like red does not mean they're hot during that day. You also should click it and see the load to truck ratio. And then the bigger the difference between the loads to truck ratio, the better the market's gonna be. They got cool features like telling you about fuel. They got rate view with these are all with the upgraded version, but you definitely, this is stuff you need. So that way you can keep up with the trends, what's going on and what markets are good. But this is why I really think like besides the freight broker load boards, you really need to be using DAT because that's where you're gonna find the most severe freight. That's pretty much for the load board video. If you guys made it this far, I greatly appreciate it. Please consider subscribing to the channel so I can keep on making more videos. We're almost at 600 subs, which is super low, but I'm excited about it because YouTube's very hard. The TikTok's a lot better. You can go check me out on there as well. Also, let me know in the comments if you have any questions, any concerns. Once I get time, I'll definitely get to them and try to answer as many questions as I can to help you guys out. Appreciate it. Have a good one.